good Monday morning. I know that's usually not a good thing, but I'll make it one. So, what are we going to discuss this Monday morning? We're going to discuss exactly what you need to know. It's an ugly truth, but I believe that it will save you a lot of trouble when conflict resolving and also when trying to keep friendships. So, what is this? Well, for starters, you need to understand something. Nobody likes to be wrong. Genuinely. I know the science, it's probably some sort of mental, scientific reason, but nobody likes to be told they are wrong. And they especially don't like to be they don't like to be proven wrong. Because that makes us embarrassed, it makes us upset, it makes us feel insignificant, insecure, everything, all the fancy words. But we as humans also like to prove others wrong. We like to prove ourselves correct. If you've ever been in an argument, which I know you have, don't lie to me. When we're in an argument, we always want to be the one on top, the one putting the other person in their place with their ridiculous claims and absurd logic. And honestly, if you do win, for a brief moment, it feels very, very satisfying. I can, attest to that. It does feel really cool to have won in a war of wits. But here's the thing. What have you gained compared to what you've lost? You see, there's a quote here that I think sums this up. Never humiliate someone to prove yourself right. You will often lose more than you gain. And it's quite clear what this quote is saying. Even though it really, really fills you with a strong sense of superiority right after you've won an argument. Often, it leads to the person that you were arguing against not liking you, not respecting you. And this is the best case scenario. At worst, you've straight up lost a friendship. And I know you may think, well, what if I'm arguing with somebody that I don't even like? Okay, so then if I win, there's nothing lost. I didn't like them to begin with. Well, then my question is, why were you bothering to argue with them in the first place? If you care so little about them, then couldn't you have saved your breath? Because most arguments that we do are with people we care about. So arguing in and of itself, I believe, is quite useless. Because what you gain is far less prevalent and often extremely fleeting compared to what you've lost, which are deep-seated emotions, resentment. Well, no, you haven't lost resentment, that's gained, but you've lost, the goodwill that the other person had with you. So, I've talked enough about this negative stuff. What can be done as a positive? Well, I believe that an easy way to mitigate a disagreement, because of course you're going to disagree with people. I'm not saying that you should be completely in agreement with everything they say, because that is definitely just people pleasing. And that sucks. That's dumb. But I believe my strategy of something known as the Ben Franklin effect, which is when you ask somebody else their own opinion on a topic to make them feel included. You see, for example, let's say that you're in a group project and one of your group mates comes up with an idea and it's terrible. It's not an idea that will work at all. Now you could go about this in an obvious way. Just tell the person off saying, that idea is dumb, it's wrong, it's not going to work. I have an idea that is way better. This one will work. Even if you truly are speaking facts, you are right, that person is much, much less likely to go along with it, to agree with you. But if you propose it as a suggestion that they can give their input on, let's say that the person is suggesting an idea and it's terrible, you could say something like, that's interesting. I was thinking of something like this. What's your opinion? You think this would be something that we can do? Or maybe we mix it with some of your ideas and elements of mine into an even better one. Because now you are adding the person in on the idea, making them feel like they are part of it as well. And of course, people are going to like it if they feel they are, they are contributing to it. Yeah, I got it. So try this, yeah. Whenever you are in not in an argument, at that point, you should just try to use what's called empathetic statements. Yeah, you know what? Okay, now I'm gonna go over what to do if you're actually in an argument. If you're in an argument, then do not focus on winning. Truly do not. You are not going to gain anything that way. What you instead should focus on is you statements, empathetic statements. I've talked about this in the past, but here, empathetic statements are basically statements that put the focus on the other person, which is good because people love attention. They love to be the center of attention. They like it when people focus on them. So using statements like, I didn't know you felt this way. Oh, I didn't mean to upset you. Or more elaborate things like, you've brought up good points, something like this. Now, this will diffuse the situation because the other person now feels heard. They feel like you are actually listening to what they are saying instead of just talking past them. And this should, obviously, it won't make them best friends with you instantly, but it will leave you with a better, it will leave you two in a better place than if you were to, try to use some witty power play to outsmart them. So I hope this was helpful. And, remember to like, subscribe, all this fancy stuff. And yeah, that's about it. It's Monday now, but I don't have to go to school, so that is awesome. No school. In fact, I should probably just record a bunch of videos for this because I got nothing else to do. All right, remember, take action, learn from failure. See ya.